Ever wondered how Canva managed to become in the design behemoth that it is today? Let's go back, why don't we, to a time when a high school student, a typical high school student, was extremely frustrated with the design tools that were provided to them. Now, let's fast forward a little bit forward to a design global revolution valued at billions. This is a journey of Melanie Perkins and Canva. Started in Simpletown, Australia with just a couple of yearbooks at the time and managing to gain close to $220 million worth of subscribers monthly. Here's their story. In 2007, at 19, Melanie Perkins and Cliff Obrachod decided to start off Fusion Books. Well, it was a simple drag and drop creative tool for schools to create school yearbooks at the time. This business started from Melanie's living room at the time, soon became the largest yearbook publisher in Australia, and also expanding to regions such as New Zealand and France at the time. This experience sparked the idea to create and assemble a web-based design tool, one that would eventually evolve to becoming Canva. In 2011, after close to 100 failed pitch meetings, Melanie and Cliff were introduced to Cameron Adams. This was during one of their pitch meetings actually at the time. Well, Cameron was originally and formerly from Google and had a great variety and range of experience at the time. Well, he would eventually become a co-founder of Canva and their chief product officer at the time. Canva was officially launched in 2013 in Sydney with over 750,000 users in its first year, a blockbuster hit at the time. But by 2018, Canva hit its unicorn status, expanding globally and achieving $1 billion in valuation. Just over 5 years later, an incredible achievement if you think about it. Well, let's look at some of the growth that was adopted for Canva during its period. Rapid user adoption followed close to 24 million users by 2019 and increased to 75 million by 2022, which by 2024-2025 standards, it had become a global sensation of having close to 220 million monthly subscribers and users. A global hit and a revolution had begun. Well, despite being comfortable being a market leader at the time, Melanie and Cliff were not satisfied. They wanted to improve Canva's overall usability and experience for its customers and fuel its overall expansion process. This is where the acquisitional process and overall enlightenment came for Canva as a whole. They started off in 2018 acquiring Zettings, a presentation software. 2019, Pixabay and Pixels, free stock media. 2021, an AI and mockup tool in Smart Mockups. 2024, Sniff, which was their biggest deal to this day, a $380 million deal. 2024, Leonardo.ai, an AI image generator. And finally, Magic Brief, which was an overall image generator, which was related to AI as well. This was incredibly important in their overall production process and improving its overall tools available to its subscriber base. Well, it was during this sort of growth stage, after the acquisition stage, where Canva's valuation soared, actually peaking in 2021 with a valuation of $40 billion during the pre-COVID era. Well, just after COVID had completed, 2022 to 2024 was a bit of a steady struggle, you would say, but Canva's stock and valuation stayed put at $26 billion in valuation. However, it rebutted and exceeded expectations in 2025, currently valued at $49 billion in valuation. Well, let's look at some revenue milestones that Canva was able to achieve. 2022, $2.5 billion in sales, surpassing close to $3 billion by 2025, and estimates around $2.7 billion right afterwards annually. User monetization is another thing to consider. As of late 2024, Canva had close to 21 million in paid users, roughly 11% of the global user base. Let's look at some of the corporate reach that Canva had had over the past couple of years. Well, close to 95% of the Fortune 500 companies use Canva on a daily basis. So that led to the corporate features and corporate revenue increasing for Canva by close to 300% since it started. Let's look at some of the AI productivity that was able to achieve for Canva during this period of time. Well, Canva was launched with tools such as Magic Studio, Canva Sheets, and Canva Code, One Design, and Dreamlabs. However, with AI being the center of the world currently, it launched a new AI tool for growth, therefore leading to a boost in user productivity and saving marketers close to 4 hours a week. Well, let's look at some of its design output as well. Over 35 billion designs have been created on Canva to this date, and majority of them are actually available for usage as well. Well, Melanie Perkins stands out as one of the youngest tech entrepreneurs in the world and one of its youngest CEOs. By age 30, she led a $1 billion company to its exponential growth that it has achieved to this day. And her current valuation comes up to a cool $5.8 billion as a result. And along with her partner Cliff, together it exceeds close to $14 billion. However, despite the monumental success that both were able to achieve, they are both partners in philanthropy and have pledged to give close to half of their wealth to various charities and organizations in helping people and the environment in need. Well, what can young tech entrepreneurs take from Melanie's story as a whole? Well, if you look at Melanie Perkins and her overall journey, this is a story of an extremely resilient individual that was focused on solving a real life problem with simplicity. And if we look at the growth of Canva, from Fusion books to the global design titan it is today, Canva as a whole, along with Melanie, was built on resilience, bold scaling, with a foresight into AI and innovation as well. So the last thing that I can leave you with, you young tech entrepreneurs, is start small, think big, and always be innovative, because that's all we can do at the end of the day.